Hello and namaskar everyone. I'm Divya, your host, and welcome to today's live session. Thank you for joining our live session. eGlobalDoctors Digital Health Hospital is coming up with a new feature called eGlobal Ayush. This project is for Indian folks working in USA, UK, Australia, Europe. Do you worry about parents back in India? eGlobal Ayush packages will help provide medical services needs for NRI parents in India. For more information, make sure to visit eGlobalDoctors.com. eGlobalDoctors is your go-to for medical advice anytime, anywhere. Our digital hospital connects you with experienced 400 plus board certified doctors online and consultation without having to leave the comfort of your home. So in today's live, we are going to explore about the nutritional impact on physical and mental health, and will provide more information of that with our expert. We are live on Instagram, FB, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So hop on your favorite social media and let us know your questions in the comment box. For today's session, we have our expert nutrition coach, Shallu Bajaj. She's a holistic nutrition coach, dietitian, pharmacist. She loves to transform the lives in a whole. She's a certified in nutrition of childcare, obesity management. She's also a diabetes educator. She has done masters in dietetics and food service management. It's great to meet you today, Shallu Bajaj ma'am. How are you doing today?
Fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very good morning, Divya. Thanks for giving this beautiful introduction. And yes, I'm also very much happy to be on this great platform. And thank you so much. And I'll definitely share my knowledge here. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am. So should we dive into the session?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. As we will be exploring about the nutritional impact, so my first question is, how does a balanced diet affect our mental health?
Great. Yes, these days, these type of questions are generally coming in front of us. Actually, balanced diet is very much important for everyone, Divya. If a person is having a balanced diet in their routine, then he can increase the energy level of ourselves. First, they must know about what is balanced diet. Balanced diet is basically having all the food groups, having all the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. If person is having these types of diet in their daily routine, then he can increase their energy level. And yes, he can also improve the mood also. Actually, Divya, if person is having all types of nutrients in their diet, he doesn't have any deficiency in their daily routine, then their mood level is also very much fine along with others. And yes, other one is he can reduce the inflammation. Any type of inflammation in the body can be reduced by these type of food groups. Another one, we can say that by these type of diets, the person can improve their gut health also. Gut health is very much important, and gut health basically provides a healthy environment for a person by which he can improve his own health.
So that's wonderful, ma'am. Moving to our next question, as you just said, how balanced diet affect our mental health. So can certain foods or nutrients can worsen symptoms of anxiety or depression?
They must include different foods, like tryptophan is also there, and leafy green vegetables are there, nuts and seeds are there. He can include in that diet. And yes, I must say there are also herbs are also there, like hibiscus and moringa. Hibiscus is basically like diuretic and laxative. Every person, I must suggest that these types of herbs can used in daily routine. And yes, another one is moringa. Moringa tea is also very good for a person because of having the very anti-inflammatory properties in that. And another one, like turmeric are also there, garlic are also there, which are having very beneficial effects to reduce any type of anxiety.
That's great to know. So before moving to our next question, viewers, if you're just joining our session, we are exploring about nutritional impact on physical and mental health with our expert Shallu Bajaj. So We are live on Insta, FB, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So hop on your favorite social media and let us know your doubts in the comment section. So my next question is, what role does hydration play in physical and mental health?
Yes, water is a very essential part of our body. Our body is also made up of 73% of body is made up of water. Like every organ is having a water, like brain is having a water, a very good percentage of water, 73%. Skin is also having a 63%. In every organ we are having a water. So water is a very essential part of us. If I'll say person is not drinking a water, just having 1 or 2 glasses, then what happens? He goes into a fatigue condition, having headaches. Generally a person is suffering from these types of condition, headaches, fatigue, and even vertigo conditions are also there. So hydration is very much required. Even he is in a sedentary lifestyle, and in a having doing any physical activity, any athletes, any in sports person, this hydration provides a very good role in them.
Oh, that's amazing. That we must include the water.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, ma'am, can a poor diet contribute to the development of chronic diseases such as heart disease or diabetes or thyroid?
Yes, exactly. Our diet includes all of the food groups, all of the major and micronutrients along with the water. If a person is not following these types of rules, or rather I say, then there are so many chronic diseases occur. Then like processed foods are there. If person is having a processed foods, canned foods, high sugary foods in their daily routine, and yes, unhealthy fats also in the form of packets, in the form of chips, and these and so a person is having so many fried foods in daily routine. These types of things can occur chronic diseases like increased in insulin resistance, raised cholesterol levels are also there, heart diseases are also there. And yes, these increased insulin resistance further leads to various development of the type 2 diabetes also. So poor diet is a very bad for a person and can lead to various symptoms, various diseases rather. Like you are already saying that chronic disease, and yes, acute symptoms are also there. Like if he is having a very cold food, if he is having a very fried food, then even after that he is having a bloating, acidity. These are also the acute symptoms that can occur because of having the poor diet.
Okay. So we must include the correct diet to our routine.
Exactly.
Okay. So as the coach suggested, so eGlobal Doctor is providing different diet plans to reverse your chronic diseases like diabetes, PCOS, thyroid, weight loss or weight gain, and many more. 3 weeks and 3 months plan are available. You can visit eglobaldoctors.com for more details. So moving to our next question. So ma'am, how does nutrition affect our cognitive function and memory?
Yes, very good question. Yes, there are so many nutrients are there. If a person is having vitamins and minerals in their diet, fruits and vegetables in their diet, then it can also affect our, it can also improves our cognition. Okay, likewise, if I'll say a student is having an exam, okay, and he is just studying all over the day, but he or she doesn't have a food in their routine, then what happens? He is having a fatigue and headaches are there. So just to remembrance, for to retain the things whatever he is having, then diet plays a very good role in them. Like almonds are there, we are giving almonds, walnuts, omega-3 fatty acids are there, which plays a very good role for the cognition. And yes, other things are like he can include the calcium for the for good development, and further tryptophan foods are also there. Zinc, he can include zinc in their diet in the form of leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. There are other minerals are also there. Iron, he can include iron also. Iron is basically like beetroot is also there in the form of juices, because of having the stress conditions and anxiety conditions in some persons. They can include drinks in the form of almond milk ho gaya, almond milk, coconut milk, and juices are also there. Diet plays a very good role in every aspect, either in a cognition, either in a anxiety, either in a depression, in any condition. So I must suggest balanced. All food groups should include, including the vitamins and minerals. Okay.
That's great, ma'am. So you mentioned about all these things. So how does a nutrient deficiency affect our physical performance during exercise?
Yes. Nutrition, basically having all the major and micronutrients, right? If person is having these types of nutrients in their diet, then he can be a physically active. Physically active, like having all the proportions in a very adequate manner, like frequency must be appropriate, portion sizes must be appropriate, and balanced nutrients must be there in their routine. Okay. And intervals are very much important. If a person is doing some physical activity and he's not having any balanced diet in their daily routine, then he can undergoes under various symptoms, like he can having a fatigue conditions and vertigo conditions. And it also, if a person is having a poor diet, then it can reduces his endurance also, and can't go and can't do any physical activity in their daily routine. A protein is very much good source for them. Protein, like we can say 0.8 gram per kg of their body weight. This is the exact proportion of the protein value he can include in their daily routine. Calcium in the form of milk and poultry things, can include 1000 to 1200 milligrams they can include in their diet. The calcium, I have already told you that this is very good for their bone health, for the maintenance of bone growth. And vitamin D, I must say vitamin D is also a good source for them, for the good physical performance. Like 600 to 800 international units are sufficient, and these days vitamin D are very much easily available in the market in the form of cholecalciferol sachets. But diet is very much important in the form of milk and milk products for the good source of the vitamin D. Okay. Vitamin D, and yes, vitamin D is very good for the absorption of the calcium. If person is having a calcium in their routine but vitamin D is not having the routine, then absorption is very much difficult. And along with that, phosphorus is very much important for the absorption of the for the good absorption of the calcium. So these all nutrients are very much interlinked into that.
Okay, that's wonderful, ma'am. Like, so we must include all the nutrients in our diet. Yeah, that's great. So as the coach suggested, so we are providing different diet plans to reverse your chronic diseases. So we have variety of featured categories like diabetes remission, detox program, child nutrition, gut health, and menopause nutrition support, and many more. So register with us today at eGlobalDoctors.com and book your appointment to get a proper nutrition coaching from our experts. So moving to our next question, uh, what is the relationship between the nutrition and sleep quality?
Yes, sleep quality, right question. uh, these days are very busy, persons are having very busy schedule. Some person have 10 to 12 hours of duty, some person have night shifts also. And you can say that even children are having these problems of having very bad quality of sleep. So sleep is very much important to be fit in the life. Okay, your quality of sleep must be better to be physically active and mentally active. Okay, so tryptophan is the very good source for our sleep, and we can say this tryptophan is basically an amino acid. Okay, that provides very good hormones like serotonin and melatonin. This serotonin is a happy hormone and melatonin is the sleep hormone. Okay, if we are having tryptophan amino acid in our diet, then we can get very good sleep.
So hopefully this session will guide our audience in right direction of what needs to be done to manage their diet. So moving to our next question, what is the impact of nutrition on skin?
On skin.
Yeah.
Yes. See, if you are smiling this time, then it means you are having your food. Okay. If you are okay, then our skin is the major and largest organ in our body. Our skin will smile only if it gets all of the nutrients in their diet. Then what is the main we can say, how can we get that our skin is not smiling? It seems to be very awkward that how skin can be smile, but no, it can smile, dear. If it gets all of the nutrients. In nutrients for the skin is like, first of all, hydration is very much important for our skin. If skin will not be hydrated, if our body will not be hydrated, because of it is the very largest organ of our body, then it shows symptoms in the form of flaky skin, in a very dry skin. Okay, then sometimes it causes acne and eczema also. If body doesn't get any proper hydration, body doesn't get any proper nutrients in our diet, then we can get all of the fruits and vegetables. And first thing I must say, in spite of drink the water, just chew the water. Okay, just give time to your give time to your fluids, give time to your water. That doesn't like that I am having this much thing and I am full. No, your skin requires some anti-inflammatory foods also. Anti-inflammatory foods like our turmeric is very good source for our skin. Okay, because it acts as an anti-inflammatory. And another one, I'll say ginger is a very good source because of having the ginger in that. And yes, another one are basically are omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids in the form of flax seeds and chia seeds. These glow our skin very well.
Okay, that's amazing. So as you told like about the acne, so I wanted to ask like what specific foods can cause the acne?
Specific foods like the triggering foods are there. I have
Yes.
already mentioned you that triggering foods in the form of highly processed foods. Okay, unhealthy fats are there, which definitely causes these types of symptoms. And oily things are there. In a packet, when we go to a market and we purchase some packets, and they in the nutrition label, we can check the nutrition label to see the fat proportion, to see the trans fats, to see the proportion of the saturated fats are there. They told that these are oily free. These are oil free. These doesn't have any sugar, no oil. But it's a very good source for a person that nutrition labels are there, to read the ingredients, to read the composition of that packet, whatever it has. So we can avoid these things. We can avoid the caffeine. We can avoid the high sugary products which are having the invisible fats, invisible sugar in them. And yes, these days, everybody is going into alcohol. So I must say, just avoid these things for the healthy diet and for the healthy lifestyle. Rather, in the form, if he wants to glow the skin, if he wants to better immunity, if he wants to get the healthy lifestyle, then avoid these things.
Okay, that's wonderful, ma'am. So viewers, if you want a healthy skin, you should keep your healthy diet. So moving to our next question. So can certain foods or supplements help improve our immune function?
Yes, there are important foods are there that includes that can cure our immunity. Okay, immunity is basically to fight against bacteria, so fight against unhealthy bacteria that are growing in our body, or fight against any diseases. Actually, Divya, we have already seen the COVID condition, right? In a pandemic condition, the person who are having the good immunity, they can they could fight against the diseases. Okay, to increase the immunity, we have lot of kadhas in our diet. We have lot of herbs in our diet, and that day even Pradhan Mantri Yojana was there of having the kadhas, Ayurvedic drinks in our diet. Just because of that, diet creates a very good role to be a healthy person, to having the healthy lifestyle in our diet. We must include fruits and vegetables, okay, in the form of good vitamins and minerals, and must include the carbohydrates, but refined carbs are very good source rather than the simple carbohydrates. Okay, if in a layman language, if I'll say refined carbs are basically whole grains are there, cereals are there for having a good source of carbohydrates, rather any highly processed foods or any high sugar foods. And another one is the protein source. Okay, legumes are there, sorry, chickpeas are there, and dal, a very simple food in our routine that we can include. Dal is a very good source. Go for dal along with the roti, and having some salad, and having some probiotics in the form of curd. You have a proper meal in your routine. Okay, to increase the immunity, we must include balanced diet. All of the nutrients in our diet is there, then we can fight any diseases. There was a very great example of the pandemic area. Diet, we can't go outside, right? I think you agree with me. We can't go outside at that days, but because of having the healthy diet, because of having the balanced diet in our routine, then we can survive. Just because of that, there were no I'll say there were no specific medicines for to increase the immunity. But, yes, but we can increase our immunity by including a proper diet in the balanced proportion.
That's wonderful. So my last question is, does nutrition affect bone health and prevent the development of osteoporosis?
Yes, osteoporosis. Basically, in the osteoporosis, osteoporosis is a very common term nowadays. In older days, people even doesn't know about the osteoporosis. What is that? In these days, because of the poor diet, leads to these type of conditions. In osteoporosis, basically bones become weak and brittle. Okay, because of having the deficient nutrients like the calcium. Calcium is required for our bone growth, for the maintenance of our bone growth. So calcium is required in the form of our milk and milk products, and calcium absorbs only in the presence of vitamin D. Right, vitamin D, we can get it from the sun exposure. We can get vitamin D from the direct sunlight. It's a very free source for us. And yes, another one I have already told you regarding the phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus also works along with the calcium, and it creates a magic for the prevention of the osteoporosis. Basically, it happens in the ladies after the menopausal condition. when the menopause, when the menses stops in their life, then osteoporosis occurs, and the bones become very weak and very brittle, and even they can undergo very easily fracture in their daily routine. Okay, then stop these very high sugary drinks in the form of sherbets, in the form of shakes. Even ladies are having shakes along with the sugar in that. A fruit are already having the natural sugar in that, then why do you add an extra sugar just to having the flavor on your tongue? So there are no need of it. Just go for a healthy diet from your kitchen also. Each and everything is available in our kitchen. For the osteoporosis, basically calcium rich diet is there. Omega-3 fatty acids in the form of nuts and seeds are there. Chia seeds are there, and yes, flax seeds are a very good source for the for our bone health. And another one are the hydration is good for any condition. If a person doesn't include any water level, doesn't include any water intake in the daily routine, then he can undergo these type of conditions. So calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D, sun exposure, these are things are very much important for the prevention of the osteoporosis. Okay, and vitamin K is also good source for the prevention of the osteoporosis.
That's amazing. So hopefully this answer will guide our audience in right direction. So ma'am, we have discussed all the how nutrition affect our mental health, physical health, and also the skin health. So can you summarize what we have discussed?
Yes, sure. Our diet plays a very good role, very important role in our daily routine. So prioritize your health first by including all of the balanced food groups, by including all of the major nutrients and minor nutrients like the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, along with the vitamins and minerals. And yes, don't forget about the hydration of the body. Don't forget about the water intake. And yes, these are things are there, but along with the appropriate proportion size is very much important. And have include this diet, but along with the physical activity. Okay, because 70% diet and 30% physical activity is there. And yes, whatever you eat with mindfully, as mindful eating is very much important. You are what you eat. Okay, whatever you eat, that reacts to our body, reacts to your body. It impacts on your physical health and mental health. So create a balance between your physical routine and the mental health, just by including the balanced diet in your daily routine. Divya, you are on mute.
That's great, ma'am. So viewers watching us on different platforms, do comment below on what session you would like to see from our experts in our next session. And don't forget to like the session. So thank you, Shallu ma'am, for providing such useful information about the balanced diet, how they impact on our mental health and physical health. So all the viewers, if you need any help or guidance for your health related problems, you can connect to our nutritionist Shallu Bajaj on eGlobalDoctors.com. So thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for joining this session. So it's a wrap.
Thank you so much.